Okay, so this is the trash before Yor'shaj. Hopefully no one pulls until we get one or two more people here. But so the main thing with trash pulls, the main rotation I'm going to use, you'll see it, is I start off with the Scorch to apply the debuff. I put on Living Bomb on just one target, so I'll start off with Shadow Ball guy on this. Actually, I noticed there's a Cobalt. Cobalt drains my mana. I don't like that, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit extra DPS on Cobalt from the beginning. So I'm going to start off by Scorching him to apply the debuff. I'll apply Living Bomb. I'll hit Flame Orb, and then I Blast Wave. Blast Wave should give me my Impact proc, which will allow me my next Fire Blast cast to spread all my dots to nearby targets. You'll see why that's important in a second. So let's wait for the tanks to pull here. Okay, so Scorch, Living Bomb, Flame Orb, the Blast. Okay, so that didn't give me a proc, so I want to Blast again. Okay, that still didn't give me a proc. I'm not sure what the hell is going on here. Sorry about the language, but okay, so I'm going to Blast one last time. Okay, that gave me the Impact proc, so I Fire Blast, and then I start going again. Okay, so I Blast Wave, hit the proc again, Fireball, Pyroblast, reapply Living Bomb, hit my Impact proc. The important thing is you want to, when that Impact proc comes up, you want to spread any dots to nearby targets that aren't already on those dots. And for the most part, that's going to consist of Living Bomb. So Living Bomb right now is on, you can see Combustion Helper actually tells you it's on 2 targets right now, which is good. And unfortunately, the last ad that people thought to kill was Cobalt, so now I have no mana. I guess I could pop a mana regen thing. I don't usually like to do that, but oh well. Okay, so you see I was second DPS, but that was with poor procs. Now I should get better procs this time. One of the important things you can do is you can work Combustion into a rotation. So I Living Bomb, Flame Orb, and then I'm going to Blast Wave, Flame Breath. Still didn't get a proc, I don't know why. There we go, Impact. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I'll reapply Living Bomb. What I'm really looking for is Big Ignite. So I Combust, then I spread Combustion. So now all the targets have Combustion on them, which is important because Combustion does a massive amount of DPS, and if it's doing it to every target, then that's amazing. So right now I want to try to fish for another Impact proc, which I got. So I go ahead and hit my Fire Blast, which spreads the DPS. Notice this time I'm still second because Nort does crazy DPS, and it's hard to out DPS Nort when he's on his Death Knight, but still not that bad. Okay, so let's go on to this next fight. So that was 34,000 DPS, which is actually pretty good, but still not as good as we could do. Okay, so Living Bomb, Flame Orb, Blast Wave, fish for an Impact proc. It's not going to give it. I don't know what is going on with this group. I cannot get a. And there we go. Finally, it should get off a lot quicker than that normally. I'm just having really terrible luck in filming this segment. Okay, so I just Blast Wave again, reapply Living Bomb. I got the Impact proc, so I spread my dots to the nearby targets. And I'm just going to fill in with some fireballs until my Living Bomb wears off. Do that. Blast Wave. And do some more fireballs. Got my Hot Streak proc. And the trash is over. So yeah. Okay, so here again, Cobalt's up. I recognize that, so I want to probably try and deal with that first more than anything else. Okay, so luckily I got an Impact proc that time from the get-go, which is really handy. So right now my Combustion's off cooldown, so I go ahead and hit Combustion on that, spread it around with my Impact proc, and that's great. So now I'm doing a crap ton of DPS, and I'm actually pulling aggro, which is not good, but that's a tank error, not mine. You see my DPS just skyrocketed to 50,000 because I spread my Combustion around to everyone. So that's actually really good, obviously. But Unfortunately, they always save Cobalt for last, and as a mage, we don't necessarily have the best mana regen, so we typically run out of mana unless Cobalt dies quicker than last place. Luckily, it died, so I get all my mana back, and I finished that particular trash pool with 43,000 DPS. And remember, I'm not in any better gear than you are right now. So if you get that rotation down, and that rotation should happen all the time, I mean, there's no reason you can't be hitting 45, 50,000 on these trash pools just like that. But yeah, so refresh living bomb, impact proc. I want to do blast wave again because it's off cooldown. Spread the dots. Fill in with some fireballs. I'm still pulling aggro. I don't know how, but refresh living bomb. Go ahead and fish for an impact proc, which it's not going to give me, of course. There it is. Okay. So even on that fight where I didn't have combustion, I technically had combustion up, but I didn't use it. I still finished the fight with 40,000 DPS, and that's just how strong fire mages are in an AoE situation. Even without our biggest move, we can still pull easily 40,000 DPS on these trash pulls, which is just huge. So yeah, so I didn't get an impact proc that time, which kind of blows. But I noticed this is the last trash pool before the boss, so I actually don't want to use combustion. I want to save that for the boss fight coming up, even though it's on a 1 minute 10-second cooldown in case the tank happens to pull the boss immediately after we do this trash. I don't want to waste my combustion right now. So anyways, so this is how to do multi-target pulls, and this relates to trash pulls and to boss fights where you have multiple targets. You can do the same rotation. So anyways, that concludes this video. I'll make a new video for Yor'shaj. Be right back.